Oh, my God. I'm so done with doing that. It took years off my life doing that. And I loved it, but I took years off. No, I couldn't do that. Because I'm too old to be doing that. It's a young man's
You
game.
broadcast like 100 hours a day now.
SportsCenter is that is a high wire act every night.
How come?
Doing that for 15 years. Well, because it's live and the games would end. We would go on the air and we wouldn't even see the highlights probably 70% of the time. And they would hand us. So I'd be reading on camera. And let's say I'm going, hey, Cleveland Indians facing the Milwaukee Brewers and blah, 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 blah. I would reach my hand out while I'm on camera up to here and I'd get the shot sheet. And then we go, and here are the highlights. And then I'd look down and that'd be the first time I would know what those highlights were. And you have to trust a 23-year-old just graduated to get the right name, spelling, and it was fun.
Yeah,
but
and the pronunciation is the big one,
highlights.
Too.
Yes. And in hockey,
I know.
Hockey would have these late-season call-ups. Nikolai Habibulin.
Yep.
And I had it Nikolai Khabibulin.
I remember that, Gem. That would be real tough. I watched Neil Everett do a live SportsCenter once, and to that point, what you just said, LA very different from Bristol, of course. People are really soft over there and all that kind of stuff. But him getting the shot sheets as he's doing it, I was just shocked. I mean, people don't really realize. But yeah, it does take years off your life, and because you can't mess up. And to that point, you did mention last year, like, there's so much pressure on you because everyone wants that job. The people in the building want that job. The people outside, every single person wants that job. And they're waiting for you.
And it was extremely competitive. But it was great. It made you better. It made you better that I had Eisen and Stuart Scott, Chris Myers, Mike Tirico, Chris Fowler was doing SportsCenter, Berman was doing SportsCenter, Oberman, Bob Lee, Robin Roberts. There was a lot of talent in that building, and they were, it was very, very competitive.
Most underrated SportsCenter anchor of all time.
Ooh. I think Reese Davis might be the most underrated talent that ESPN has ever had. And the other person I'd put in there is Tony Reale, who I think is a really sharp guy, but he didn't do SportsCenter. Who was really...
Those are two very good answers.
I think Craig Kilborn was underrated too, because what he was doing is he was mocking being a sportscaster. Like Colbert was mocking being a, political host. Kilborn was mocking being a SportsCenter anchor while being a SportsCenter anchor. So, he was sneaky great.
Okay.